Sam Galactic's story, as he tells it, starts way back, a childhood experiment. He says he was trying to, like, talk over long distances using tin cans. It leads to an incident where he put his dick in one of them cans. His words.
And the direct result, according to him, was contracting tetanus, which Sam specifically calls by its street name, Lockjaw.
Okay.
And he even lists the symptoms he says he had. Jaw cramping, sudden stiffness, trouble swallowing, and jerking. Pretty textbook tetanus symptoms, actually.
But then he makes this connection to his art. He claims this lockjaw, it actually shaped his whole artistic path.
Right.
He first describes it as something that, quote, impenized my progress on the pipes.
Yeah, admittedly.
But then he says it ultimately became the source, the very origin of his unique singing voice.
Exactly. He puts it very starkly. He says he leaned into my weaknesses and made in my strengths.
Okay.
Saying the lockjaw keeps my mouth frozen open involuntarily long after I start coughing up blood and semen from overwork.
Wow.
Which is what allows him to hit them high notes and scream past the semen spray.
So he's drawing this incredibly direct, almost mechanical link between extreme physical suffering and his vocal ability.
Absolutely. The pain is the power.
So how does he, like, justify this? How does he frame this transformation into being a rock god?
He claims, quote, rusty cans cut deep turn Sam's tetanus to rock.
Tetanus to rock.
Yeah. Cementing his status, he says, as a rock god who also shoots steroids right into his cock.
Let's pivot to his philosophy. Sam's core advice is, he says, to return to your childhood and cut up your Johnson with a rusty can.
I mean, it's incredibly direct, isn't it? And if you try to connect that to his broader worldview, he uses this Hydra analogy.
The Hydra?
Yeah. He says cutting it off makes it grow back like the Hydra with a whole bunch of different heads, which then allows for dicks sucked by lots of people at once. So
self-mutilation leads to fantastical abundance and connection. That's the logic.
That seems to be the idea he's putting forward. It raises some pretty fundamental questions about how he views this act as a path forward.
And it doesn't stop there, right? He describes this cycle. Repeated cutting, repeated regrowth, leading eventually to swimming in a sea of your own penises, which, quote, helps you somehow. And he finishes that thought by saying he intends to go find a rusty can, both figuratively and probably literally.
So yeah, the sheer extremity of it all is something. I mean, how does someone take these incredibly intense personal physical traumas,
right,
as he describes them, and weave them so tightly into not just their art, but a whole philosophy for life?
It's a profound question.
It really makes you think about that relationship between struggle, transformation, and identity, doesn't it?
Yeah.
At least as Sam Galactic himself seems to envision it.